Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is Saturday morning, so you know it's time for another live edition of The Extra Point. Pure Culture in the house. In the middle Hollywood Square today, Michael Hasso, Michigan Mike in the house. And bringing it up from the bottom of the map. Speaking of bottoms, not that kind of bottoms, y'all. It's too early. I'm talking. No, I'm not talking.
HR.
No, I'm not talking about that kind of bottom, y'all. It's Tasha T. Sill, the First Lady of Sports. Good morning, esteemed panel. How y'all doing today?
Great.
Well, I would have been better.
Tasha, they are in it still. They are still in it.
Well,
They got a
you
big
can't
game
give
coming up.
up a grand slam.
Yeah. Seattle looked relieved more than they were celebrating like they just won game 7. And I was like, Seattle, I don't know about that. Like just go ahead, shake hands and go on in the dugout. They were dancing. Did you see them circled up dancing and all that stuff? I was like,
I mean,
nah,
they really
Seattle.
ain't had nothing good to cheer about since, Ken Griffey and Ichiro Suzuki back in the day. Now they got that guy they call him the Big Dumper, who his mom actually hates that name because he got a big ass. So they just call him the Big Dumper.
See, that's all I meant by bringing up the bottom. That's all I meant. That's all I meant. That's all I meant. Well, it's good to see you.
But even in my agony, my grief, the fact that Miami lost last night put a big smile on my face. And like you said, Carson Beck was ass last night, and I was there for it, even though they tried to get a game away.
I saw your tweet and I agreed 1,000%. I just forgot to retweet, but yeah, that game was over then. But the ball don't lie.
No, but those ACC refs obviously wanted Miami to win.
Sure, you want representation in the playoffs. So yeah, that was a huge loss for Miami, and we will get to that. Michigan Mike shouts out, loving the new swag there. Let's bring your beautiful faces up because we want to talk. So, ladies and gentlemen, today it's a huge day for college football. If you fellas, and Mike is doing this right now. He told me off wax. I feel safe to say this. He on daddy duty this morning because that honeydew list is critical for you fellas with wives and children because we got nonstop action from 11 a.m. to about 10 p.m. Eastern time. Great games, especially in the SEC. But we're going to start in the Big Ten, y'all. Our backyard, well, Mike's backyard. I don't know where Tasha's affiliations are really. Penn State pulled the plug on head coach James Franklin following their third straight loss last Saturday, this time to Northwestern, their second consecutive loss to an unranked team. He finishes, ladies and gentlemen, with a career record of 104-45 in 11 seasons, 64-33 in Big Ten play, and he was 4-21 against top 10 opponents. And Mike, Tasha, 1-15 against top 5 opponents. Mike, I'm gonna start with you. Do you agree with this mid-season firing?
Yeah, I do, but my expectations for Penn State was obviously to win the national title, at least be competitive in the national title game. That was my expectation. So, we've been talking about this long overdue. It came down to the expectation of what Penn State wants their brand to be. Do you want to be mediocre and in the playoffs, or do you want to be like, hey, we really want this title?
Tasha, do you agree with this firing at this juncture?
I mean, I think it's just been a long time coming. Now, I mean, he's not a great coach, but he's a very, very, very good coach. But we all know it's about winning. Did he have a winning record? Yes. But you have to win when it matters. And that's the thing he didn't do against like the top tier of the Big Ten opponents, which is the people that he really needed to beat to get where Penn State, wants to be. Mm-hmm. He couldn't do it. He wet the bed.
Now, good morning, Jody Coleman. We were just talking about Against the Grain to start the show. Good morning. Yo, he says he doesn't agree at all. He was just in the playoffs and the Final Four.
But look, Jody, we done forgave you, bruh. We done gave that man enough grace. And y'all know I'm always hashtag ABOB. But you're not winning. Let's go back to Lloyd Carr. What did Lloyd Carr give us? What did Lloyd Carr give us, and what got him fired?
Appalachian State blocking that field goal got him fired, and running it down the sideline. To my horror and shock and dismay, couldn't leave the house for a whole week.
And not doing what?
Beating Ohio State and winning.
Yep.
Well, he had one in 98.
That's what I'm saying. Sometimes the championships don't matter if they're paying you to win certain games.
Mike, do you agree with
those games?
Well, no, to your point, and I'm gonna back you up for the people who just joined. When she says not winning those games, although he was 64-33 in the Big Ten, he was 4-21 against top 10 opponents and 1-15 against top 5.
And
Mike,
that's not going to get you a national championship.
Yeah. It's not, but Mike, he says it will be even darker cloud over the program following this. Do you agree with that, Mike?
It might. I mean, it doesn't take it. It takes time. I mean, we saw this with Harbaugh. It took a lot. 8 years? I think it was.
Yeah, he won in year 9 and then dipped.
Yeah, so it takes a long time to rebuild. So I agree, but you need to have someone to reestablish the Penn State of like, we are going to win these big games because that'll get you to the next step of winning the national title. But man, it's been a long time. So what is it? 86?
A long time.
I mean, like, so in the realm of fault, again, y'all know I'm not always the person that blames the coach. You got to blame the players too. But as a coach, it's your responsibility to coach those players and recruit those players to where they need to be.
You got to get them ready.
And I think a lot of times his laissez-faire, I mean, hate to bring up bad stuff, but this is the first thing that popped into my mind. When you don't have control over your players, let's not forget what happened at Vanderbilt, and he wanted to act like he didn't know.
Oh,
you don't have.
Boy, damn it, Tasha, I forgot about that.
And then you go. I mean, I have a list of like, you think about Joe Paterno, the great Joe Pa. What got him fired? Not having control of what was going on around him.
No, what got him fired was looking the other way when his friend was funneling little boys' balls.
Exactly. You got Art Briles and what's his name? Pat Fitzgerald. What sexual allegation when he was at Northwestern? Art Briles when he was at Baylor. You got all this kind of stuff going on. And I mean, you look at Freaky Freeze, like Coach Freeze. You're not
Freeze.
You
Whacking off on the gurney.
You have all these controversies that take away from your job. And I don't know what kind of distractions were going on up there in Penn State, but obviously he couldn't control the players. They paid a lot of money for those kids to come there.
They did. And Jody, I'm going to get to all of this because you're cooking, but I want to stay right here with Jarrell real quick because Mike, I think we talked about this earlier. It might have been Tasha. I mean, we're all simpatico, so I can't remember which one I had the conversation with about this, but we were talking about $50 million. Do you sit on that if you James, or do you go get another gig because it offsets if he goes and get hired somewhere else? That they're not on the hook for this $50 million.
Yeah,
Mike, do you ride that out?
He needs to chillax a little bit and just have some him time, have some family time, and I think the game has also changed so much in the past 20 years that maybe he needs to adjust his playing style or a coaching style if he wants to come back. It's just a different ball game. Maybe he wants to be, for a school and recruit because he did really good in recruiting. So maybe that's what he does.
Let me piggyback off of Mike. How do you go 2 years with that same quarterback and he ain't no good?
Is he not any good? I thought he was supposed to be.
He was supposed to be good.
He's not any good. Let's just
and
call
he's out for the season. He pulling the Will Johnson. He's out for the season now.
Yeah,
but he doesn't have any more eligibility left.
Good. Have you he don't?
I don't want to see him play anymore. No, I mean not because of injury, but I mean he's not impressing me enough to want to watch him.
That's true. Now that is true. They are a hard to watch brand of football as far as aesthetically. Now, Jody, you're on a Michigan panel show. So when he says they will never beat Ohio State, that 1-15 against top 5 opponents, that one win was against the Buckeyes. I'm gonna digress. Remember they blocked that field goal and ran it back?
He beat Joe Lewis's ass.
But where's the spoon?
Where's the spoon?
Then he says Penn State hadn't won in 35 years, though. Jody, I disagree with you on the Ohio State part, but I agree with you on the Penn State part. Me and Mike and Tasha have talked about this for a few years now. What is your expectation at Penn State? Now, Before we even get into that, because I can't even keep up with the comments right now.
Wait a minute, you want to
Go
pull
ahead,
up?
Tasha.
Okay, because I was going to say what when Mike had put up there that he thought Penn State was going to win, and I was like, why? Like, they haven't done anything. What would make you think Penn State would have actually,
Now,
the Big Ten was rebuilding. Like, they're
this was the year. This was the year to get Ohio State with a freshman, true freshman starter. Michigan, true freshman starter. Oregon got his old ass quarterback is in the pros now. I mean, like, this was the year, and you didn't play Michigan. You didn't play Ohio State. Right. Like, come on, Penn State. I agree.
You lost to Northwestern.
That's a
I don't know
fireball
any professional athlete that has come out of Northwestern University.
Good morning, Mr. Stone. He says, well, Mama, there go them people. We want to wish a happy birthday to your lovely wife as well. Hope she had a good birthday present, Marcus. Hope you took your blue chew. All right. As we digress. Now, he said Joe Pa had a ton of bad years. He did. And James Franklin didn't. But again, what is your expectation? Me and Mike were talking about this Thursday about Michigan and expectations and how, let's just face it, like Mike said it, and I agree, Michigan looked like, and I know Tasha agree, y'all. If y'all want to be entertained, watch a live Michigan game where Michigan is playing like open ass with Tasha.
I'll go to sleep on your ass.
Like, Mike, this was a live reenactment. Every 3 and out. You ready to watch Netflix? What are you doing? We got 2 TVs and we can't turn that off this game? Like, she was fed TF up, Mike. Eventually, she just got up off the couch. I was like, hey, where you? Oh, we just threw another interception.
I was close. I was like, you want to put Netflix on the big TV? I'll watch it on my phone. Like,
now to Jody's point, Joe Paterno did have a lot of bad years, but like he said, 84, they weren't going to kick the old lovable Joe Pa, the one who has brought them to the prominence, who put so many guys in the pro. They weren't going to kick him out, just like with a Bobby Bowden. Bobby Bowden should have been gone a long time, but they weren't going to kick Dadgummit out of there.
Right, and another Bobby Knight. They knew he was going upside them players' heads, but there was an
throwing chairs and shit. They weren't going to do nothing to him.
And to a smaller extent, close your ears, Mike, us and Harbaugh. We looked the other way because we was beating Ohio State. Now, if he was 0-8 against Ohio State and we getting in trouble with the NCAA, it may be a different story. But anytime I see Harbaugh in the streets, I'm
treatment.
Now, wait a minute. You got some pushback. He says, wait, Tasha. I'm saying Tasha. He says, control the players. His players just wasn't better than Ohio State, Oregon, or Michigan. Maybe get more money from the program to that.
Now, Jody, they did dish out a lot of money for this particular team. And that's why I was saying, is it his coaching style, or is it the fact that he can't control the players? And then you think about it, some people are good at X's and O's, but aren't good at controlling what's around them. And he may be that type of person.
So she's saying X's and O's, but they didn't have the Jimmys and the Joes. Mike, Penn State's never had a good quarterback. You agree?
No, they've had a couple of good quarterbacks. And in college football, you don't need a great quarterback to win a national title. You need a good balanced offense, defense, and figure out what your brand is. And Penn State has just been on the opposite side. So they'll either have a really great run game with Saquon and just a bad defense, or they'll have a really good defense but no offense. You need to have a balance.
There's no complimentary football that goes on at Penn State. Good morning, Stephanie Denise. Good morning, Shamika Nicole. I'm surprised you up. You've been in them streets. I'll stop it with the free advertisement. Let the check clear first. Hey, man, you know what I'm saying? And Tasha, you want to send a shout out to your alma mater real quick before they jump off and go to the parade?
In the land of golden sunshine, by the Cumberland's fertile shore, stands a school of greater service, one that we adore. Alma mater, how we love thee, love thy white and blue. Come on now. May we strive to meet our mandates with faith that's pure.
So in a 2-second diatribe, happy homecoming day, Tennessee State University. So Jarrell says, with paying players is legal now in college sports, more coaches going to get fired sooner. I do agree with that. Agree with that because
there's no excuse now.
That part. So let's go with this then. Mike, what is if he takes the $50 million and never resurfaces again, what is James Franklin's legacy as a football coach?
He's a good coach. He's a good football coach. He's above mediocre. he never won the big game. Like, it is what it is. You just go in that pile with those other coaches that did the same.
Damn.
But what did I say? Sometimes you have
cold,
coaches. Mike. Sometimes you have coaches that are good at X's and O's and not doing everything else. Just like the coach Imitation of Life down there in Miami. He can't control that damn team.
Will you please let the people know who that is?
Mike McDaniel. Google.
Google that. Like, we're not getting into that this morning. TT in the house.
Yeah, man, you had Kerry Collins, and what was his name? What was the black guy? Kajana Carter?
No, that's not a good example because he turned out to be a bust.
But no, we were talking about college. We didn't say pro.
I know. Striving to meet these mandates. I know you in demand out there in them streets. I see you. The savior of a dark program. See, Jody, you just came down my road. I would agree. Because Tasha, I'm gonna give some stats and then I'm gonna pitch it to you as far as legacy because you were there with me when this happened. So when I went back and looked at the totality of James Franklin's career, I look at Vanderbilt, 24-15 in 3 years, 2 top 25 finishes, 2 9-win seasons, 2 bowl wins, and from 2011 to 2013 at Vanderbilt. Remember Vanderbilt before James Franklin?
Dynamite,
they were the Titans.
Dynamite when Vandy starts to fight. Sorry. Shouts out Jamie Winborn. Hate to be talking about Anchor Down like this, Jamie.
Don't do that because I'm going to pick them today, too. Vandy's getting some love today. So just that's a tease. I'm picking Vandy. We're going to anchor down on them Bayou Bengals. Legacy, Tasha. Given what we saw from him at Vanderbilt, because he turned around that program and then he turned around Penn State. He says it was a dark time for Penn State and Vanderbilt when he came on board.
I mean, again, I think his legacy is him being a good coach.
Damn, y'all cold today.
Cold. It is because now what he did at Vanderbilt was phenomenal. Like, no one ever expected that because you came from these coaches, what's his name? Bobby Johnson was the last coach that I remember who didn't even allow anybody to cuss in there. He wasn't a cussing coach. Then you get this coach who comes in relaxed in nature, and they start doing things, and it made people pay attention to him.
He also rubbed a lot of people the wrong way when he said that his assistant coaches have to have beautiful wives. Remember that?
I mean, hey, it helps with recruiting, or at least it should.
That Mike, that got a little heel click to it. I don't.
But and it's funny that Jody said, he brought them out of a dark place when he left a place in darkness.
No, Tasha. That was a winning program, and then they hired the other brother, and the brother he ran it into the ground.
He left that program under scrutiny of those sexual assault and rape charges. That's right. What I mean.
But he told you he was about that life when he told his assistant coaches, "Don't bring no ugly bitch in here."
But that's not. I'm saying to what Jody said. He, coming out of the darkness. I mean, then you go into another situation where you're coming off of something that was heinous as well. But I mean, I just think he's just going to be known as a good coach who was just like, "Hey, get it how you live."
That's okay. Fair enough. Y'all making great points. Mike, let me pitch it to you. Multiple choice question. The Penn State job is a top blank job. Here's your things. Top 5, top 10, top 25 job. Not record wise or team wise, but just job, prestigious job. Top 5, top 15, top 25. Where would you put them?
I think it's a top 10 job currently, just because the brand alone. I mean, look at the success that they've had. I mean, yeah, they haven't won a national title, but look how the brand and how much revenue it brings in without even winning a national title. So I put it as
that's why I'm 10. Like, then why pull the plug on him? I'm like Dabo. Dabo gonna have his down years where they don't make the playoffs, but they're always in the mix and they're always on national TV.
Right.
What about you, Tasha? Top 10, top 15?
The one word that you said, prestige. It's a top 5 job. So much.
Y'all, I would be licking my chops at that Penn State job. Like, you already got baked in 104 and 45 without beating any big guys. If you go 500 against Michigan, Oregon, and Ohio State, you might fool around and all right.
They got that money if they had that 49 point whatever million to pay him to leave.
Right.
They got paper.
Right. And Marcus says, is Stefanski out? Will Flacco keep the Bengals afloat? No and no. more top 5 picks than any coach today. He has a complicated legacy in my eyes because I'm looking at it like Jody from start to finish. Y'all looking at it as if you take away the rose-colored glasses of who they were before he got there, when he got them up and running, it hit a ceiling. And nobody can deny that. He has a ceiling. And that ceiling is the Tostitos Bowl, like one of those New Year's Six.
That's what I said. He's a good coach. I'm not going to say he's a bad coach. He is a very good coach. But you gotta win when you're supposed to win. You know, you can't just like Jody said, okay, yeah, he did get them in the playoffs. Okay, they lost. But if you're looking, when Mike had asked the question, does Penn State want to be known for winning championships or just winning in general? And I said at that point that it seems like they're just okay with winning because you had Franklin there and he wasn't winning the games that he was supposed to win.
They were
okay with being ranked in the top 25, and that was pacifying them.
Maybe it's this, and talk me through this, Tasha. Be my therapist for a second. Am I giving him too much credit for them not being under the scandal eye anymore? Like at some point, you got to move past that and just go to results?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, what happened with Joe Pa and Sandusky, that was just something that was just awful, god awful. You can't tap dance around this shit. It was awful.
Yeah.
But then you have him coming in. He's running a clean program for all that we know. Nothing's bad. The only thing is he had a terrible ass quarterback.
Yeah. Now, Marcus brings up a good point, and I want to bring a Michigan reference into this. He says some coaches are just able to right the ship, but they don't have the ability to make it to the next destination.
Exactly.
This reminds me of Michigan basketball with Tommy Amaker. When Tommy Amaker came on board with Michigan basketball back whenever he did, Michigan was just coming off of like the whole fallout from the Fab Five and the probation, and they hired Brian Ellerby, and then they were like Juwan Howard last year bad. They were like that bad. Tommy Amaker came in, restored them to respectability, but he couldn't. It took Beeline to take them over the hump, and maybe that's where Penn State is now. Because Tommy Amaker, I was like, don't get rid of Tommy Amaker, so I'm guilty of this, and I think I'm doing it again with Franklin. I was like, don't get rid of Tommy Amaker.
Amaker was a pacifier. I don't think necessarily that James Franklin was a pacifier because he is a good coach. Like,
okay. Like y'all are talking me off the.
Who are you? I mean, I'm not saying that there aren't better coaches, but somebody was saying, what's his name down there in Miami, which I don't think he's going to leave Miami because that's quote unquote his dream job. I don't think he's a better coach than Franklin. He's a good coach, but I don't think he's better than James Franklin.
He's a good coach. I think the biggest things for me were like in his last moment.
In nature.
So like he complained about mental mindset for the players. That's 100% coaching staff. Coach, head coach. If you're going to complain about Oregon partying and you can hear it, like then you got to control that. Like
that's what I said.
Go for attitude.
Yeah. A lot of the stuff I felt like he was losing control.
Oh, he was losing control. Good morning, Mr. Hasso in the house. Torrance says top 10. Now, Jody pushed back. It's not about top 10. It's about how much you can get paid. Let's play a little word association game. If you had the choice between these two schools, would you take that or Penn State? Mike, you up first. Tennessee.
I'll take Penn State.
Tasha, Florida State.
Now, come on. You can't give me that.
Right. Never mind. Mike, Florida State. I'll give you 2 in a row.
Oh, that's pretty tough. I think they're both pretty up there.
Okay. So you say that you'll be fine either way. We know Tasha's going to say that, so I'll give you 2 in a row. Miami, Tasha, since you just brought that up.
I'm going to take Penn State.
Oregon?
Definitely take Penn State.
Mike, Oregon?
Yeah, I agree. Penn State.
Oklahoma, both y'all.
Ooh. And that's a tough one. I'm going to go
Oklahoma.
Yeah, I'm going Oklahoma simply because of where they are.
They got a lot of money there, and they haven't won in a while, so they're kind of like, okay.
Texas A&M.
Talk about money.
Talk about money. But they will pay to buy your ass out too, though.
Yeah.
They will kick you out.
Jimbo on line one.
Ask Jimbo Fisher how that worked for him. You
That
ain't
worked
heard
well.
shit.
They
You
kicked
ain't
him
heard
out.
shit from Jimbo Fisher since he got that check. The check cleared, and he
They
said,
heard a peep
"I'm out."
out that Negro. Mike, Tam, you.
Oh, dang it.
That's
I'm
what I
gonna
was
take
thinking. This
Penn.
was tough when I
I'm
was
gonna
thinking
take
about
Penn
this last
State. I'm gonna take
Penn State. I'm gonna take Penn State over Tam U.
I'm gonna go Penn State too. Again, like I said with OU, where they are, I just don't. Even though Texas A&M is having a very, very good season,
Very good season.
I don't think that's something they can sustain.
Yeah. When's the last
I
time they
think if
won a
you can win
title?
it,
Like, I want to be title town. Come on.
All right, fair enough. And last but not least, University of Southern California.
I'm taking Penn State.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, so I think we're all in alignment because I was starting to think, okay, so where are they in the echelon? And it looks like that y'all backed it up with y'all's picks that it is a highly coveted job. These are some very good jobs that y'all picked Penn State over, and for good reason. So good job by y'all. So who they looking for, a better coach or a coach that just can beat Ohio State and Oregon? Torrance, you left out Michigan because you're being petty.
But that's the question. What coach, who is out there that you think is better than James Franklin or his equivalent that can win the big games? Because he's not an ass coach. He's not. He's very good.
But Mike said throw him in the pile of other good coaches. You did too.
I mean, some of the names that they're throwing around out there.
Yeah, it's like a step down.
Yeah, I don't necessarily think that they're better than Franklin. It's just maybe a breath of fresh air.
Jarrell, and I agree. Jarrell, you get your victory lap because the Sooners didn't take down your horns because that greedy ass Mateer came back in there too early trying to get a Heisman moment and ruined the game for Oklahoma.
Should have kept his ass wrapped up on the bench.
But shouts out to Oklahoma and Texas because we walked up in there I didn't want to do it. So these two was like, no, hell no. We wearing our Michigan colors in there. And the people were very respectful. Loud-ass
glow-in-the-dark maze.
Right. We got 35 Go Blues in there. We like Debo. Y'all was tucking in y'all chain, Jarrell.
And we were bullying the Ohio State fans.
All right. So, sticking with college. James Franklin or Marcus Freeman. Oh, let's close on that. Let's close on that, Tasha. ABOB.
I like Marcus Freeman.
Me too. It wasn't even close for me. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
I mean, Marcus Freeman don't seem like he doing anything now either.
Mike, I just wanted to take this moment and say this live on the air.
You know, I don't like black on black crime.
Tasha's grip on that ABOB is starting to, because she is starting to, she's like, wait a minute now. I'm seeing a lot of BBL going on around here.
I don't like black on black crime now.
Wait. You know it's bad when Tasha's like, I don't know. He's looking kind of ass too. I love it. All right. So it's the mid-season point. So it's time for Michael Hasso's predictor, CFP predictor. Mike, take it away, bro.
Man, this is tough. Especially since last night. I made one adjustment, and that was
Mike, you don't have to do that.
A little tough, but top 4. I have Texas Tech playing really strong. Got a lot of money in there now, as we're talking about money and recruits. I got Ohio State number 2. Miami dropped down because I had them at 1 to 3. Indiana to close out the top 4.
Tasha, I'm taking a look at this. So he's got Texas Tech 1. Tasha, I'm going to ask you, and I'm going to ask you this as well, Mike. With Miami's loss last night, there are now just 7 undefeated teams left in Power 4 conferences. We have Ohio State, as you all look at the graphic. We have Ohio State, Indiana, Texas A&M, Ole Miss, Georgia Tech, Texas Tech, and BYU. So let's do a couple of qualifiers here. Texas Tech and BYU, they play each other in a couple of weeks. So it's going to be 6. We all got Ohio State losing to Michigan for a 5th straight year. So that's going to knock out the Buckeyes from being.
And I got Miami losing to Syracuse in 2 weeks.
Okay, so then they might be out of it then with 2 losses.
But no, you got a 2-loss champion sitting right there.
Jody on line 1. How does that feel to have so many losses and try to hoist this trophy? That one right there. Was it lighter because of the losses, or was it heavier? Because heavy is the head.
Because we saw about 5 Ohio State fans, and all of them had their head down when they walked past us.
Tasha, was they tucking in their chain?
Especially that one that had the Eddie George jersey on. When I confronted him to his face, he kept on walking.
Tasha was following him like Michael Myers. she was walking slow and he was running, and she was right there. Okay, all right. So, Mike, Texas Tech. Now, I'm trying to think, are we going to have any undefeated teams in this playoff? And I don't think so. Well, there's one team, and I think it's going to be Indiana. But let's look here. Mississippi, they're undefeated. Ole Miss. Mike, do you have Ole Miss in there? You got them at 7. So you have them losing probably to Georgia today then. They got Oklahoma.
Why do you have Michigan in there if you don't go on and take them out?
Mike, explain that.
I plead the 5th.
Okay. So basically, Mike is saying we're going to run the table. And if we run the table, which...
then we can get in, you see? 2 losses.
No, then we will get in because we avoid that Big Ten championship game.
Right, see?
We don't go in like Ohio State did. Y'all ducked all the smoke, Ohio State. Where you at, Jody? I like T's answer right here. He said right now they the same person, Spider-Man meme, Franklin and Marcus Freeman. That's not fair to Marcus Freeman. That's not fair.
And another thing, Indiana has got to watch out for UCLA because
Indiana has Penn State could have been the impediment to Indiana, but Indiana don't play.
For whatever reason, what is his name? Jaden Rashawn Jr. Nico. Yeah,
Nico balling now. Y'all ready to apologize to Nico?
Y'all remember you don't know when I was saying what is his name? Jalen Rashada. Y'all remember him, don't you?
No. That's
the kid who was recruited in Miami, and then he went to Florida, and Florida didn't give him that $13 million, so he went to
yeah. I didn't know his name.
Now he went to an FCS school and got benched.
Damn. You know what though, Mike? And I think you called this last year. Both of y'all did. These kids are starting to overplay their damn hand. Nico asked out of money. He cost himself a couple of mil. Although, Mike, I don't see Tennessee or Vanderbilt in there. LSU is in there. So if we're reading the tea leaves, y'all, Mike is saying LSU is going to whoop up on Vandy because they got a loss.
I mean, some of the big call outs here that I think would surprise people. I don't have Texas A&M on here either. I think there's a lot of teams on here that just have a 5-game stretch of just like ranked opponents that are just crucial schedule. And I think Texas A&M is one of them.
To Mike's point, they are at Missouri. They have Texas, who looks like they're trying to get it together.
No, they hate to see Texas coming. I'm just gonna go on and say that. But
if Arch get that running game going like they did at the State Fair,
but I got
a couple hundred yards on the ground, I think he can get it done.
But I got faith in Marcel Reed, so that's a homer pick for me. But
this will be the year that I would like to get back at Georgia in the Hedges. Tasha, would you make it to the Hedges if we get them in a road game? Could you? You fly all over the world, might as well. You ain't been home 30 minutes this whole year.
That's a lie. I ain't never been so thin. I was with you for 6 or 7 days.
And y'all, that was 6 or 7 days of laughing. And by the way, speaking of which, before we transition to the NFL, Tasha, you got me hooked on that damn BMF. I had to go back to season 1, and now they kidnapping each other's kids. There's a lot going on.
And BMF is not even good anymore.
Damn. Okay, well, I'm finna stop watching that and start watching what Mike told me to watch. All right, thank you for the heads up. I ain't finna waste my time to run into a sorry season.
It's worth the watch, but
no, you spoke the truth in the booth. Ain't that what Mike said?
It's just the fact that I had family in Detroit when all of that was first starting, and I had people in Atlanta when they was down in there. So it's it kind of hits home to me. And since I know kind of like the real ins and outs, the beginning seasons of the show was like, but these last few is kind of like,
No, thank you, Tasha. Mike, we'll talk about where I need to pick up on that lawyer show because you just saved me 3-4 days of binge watching some bull.
No, I mean Sasha and I
No.
binge watched it in Puerto Rico. Like I said, it's worth the watch. Like I said, it's better written than some of this Tyler Perry stuff.
We ain't. I agree with that, but and I still didn't get an invite to the annual State Fair shenanigans. Marcus, where are you now? You like
Marcus,
Tasha? You don't sit still.
Now, Marcus, bro, we done forgave you. Now, you know I usually don't go against my Aryan people. Okay, Aryan meaning Aries.
Oh, I was like, what?
Marcus, you know good and damn well when that fair is.
Yeah, I was like, I think this came up last year, and we said, well, your invites now, you know where we're going to be.
That's exactly what happened, Mike.
It's always the second week of October.
And you got to wear maize, though, if you ride with us, or you can meet us there. No hour take today. Where is Farrah? Farrah done cut a hold to some smack? No, Shamika, don't do that. Y'all done gave her a dusty bag.
She probably done in that plush backyard area they probably done fell asleep and she's just not getting up.
Y'all go do a wellness check. She's getting humped by one of them foxes out there in Little Lamb. All right. All right. So NFL, Tasha, Mike, if y'all thought this bracket right here was wacky, where we think there won't be no undefeated teams left, maybe Texas Tech, maybe Indiana, maybe. The rest of them going to all have a loss. The NFL is even more wacky this year.
More wacky.
Tasha.
Wacky tobacco for sure.
Tasha, there are 11 teams that are 4-2 right now in the NFL. 11! That's because they all played the Titans, because Titans ain't beat nobody. You want to stack a win? It's going to take a miracle. Yeah. Okay. So with that being
a miracle to make me love someone new.
Hey. Nice catch there. Mike, who's the best team in the NFL right now?
Man, I don't know. No, for sure. Though. I mean, like, I get a lot of people like, hey, we're going to Vegas. Like, give me some picks. And I'm like, okay. I'm thinking, like, Pittsburgh should win this game, right? Bruh.
Now we see why Mike Tomlin didn't want Flacco on Cincinnati. You saw
I
how
told you we shouldn't have got rid of him.
That. He knew they look like ass to Tasha's ABOB. Now, Lil Lamb got those Bobcats. I was telling Mike about that this week, that they got Bobcats out here in far north.
And that's what Farrah was telling us, that she was walking the dog. Oh, I just sent her a text, y'all. Hi, baby.
Who you sick of? Who you sick of? Tell us.
Man, I hear you.
All right, Denise. He says, I'm still in H-Town, PL on this flag football circuit right now. See, that's the thing. You and your daughters got you all over the world. You looking like the Williams daddy, which is a good look.
We're gonna make a movie with you, Marcus.
Don't start to hate. Torrance, why didn't you tell me that she was out? You could have jumped on with us and we would have beat your head in about them dirty ass Steelers looking like crap on Monday Night Football.
And them cocks.
They about to catch another one today. We're going to call it the cock croak and not the cock crow, since you got all that smoke from Michigan on your show. Now that you all on our turf, we're going to talk about them Gamecocks, but no, we're not. Mike don't know who's the best team in the NFL. I damn sure don't either. I'm going to just take a stab at it and say the fighting Baker Mayfields down there in the
I was going to say Tampa.
They're in my top 5, yeah.
And not because of their record, because I think they're what, 5-4-5. What week are we in?
4-2, I think.
Yeah,
no, they only have
we're going into week 7.
They only have one loss. I'm not going with them because of that, but for whatever reason, Baker Mayfield is looking like he did when he won that Heisman at Oklahoma.
He's looking like this Baker.
Yeah, he's looking like the flag planting Baker.
That Baker.
And it could be he just has a newborn, right?
Yeah, a baby girl.
I think he's definitely more mature now, but he's finding a good balance of like when to let the swag come out. And then when to be like, all right, I'm gonna need to adjust this a little bit.
I mean, I don't think having a child has anything to do, because I know a lot of petty motherfuckers with kids.
I mean, I'm not saying for everybody though.
He's
I'm saying
a college graduate.
I'm saying it
failed her as a mother.
That don't stop me from being petty.
Oh, you petty? Ain't no you petty Betty. You petty LaBelle. You petty Crocker.
I mean, you think his top 2 receivers are out, and he's still able, like he's doing that with a rookie.
Yeah, the Steelers are ass T. Mike, finish out your top 5.
I got Detroit, the Rams, the Bucks, the Bills, and the Chargers.
Mike, see, that's like you having Michigan in there, the 11th seed. The Chargers. What?
See, you're not surprised. You knew I was going to pick them, so.
Good. Touche. Tasha, is there anybody in your top 5 that's not in Mike's?
I actually like everything that Vrabel is doing up in New England.
They're
looking really good. And I hate to say it, Indiana Jones and them Colts.
I got Indy as my second behind Tampa Bay.
I don't know if they're going to sustain that because y'all know I think he's selling those Wolf tickets. And right now, I think I'm standing in line to get one.
Tasha, we're doing Wolf tickets in 2 weeks. Week 8 is when we're doing Wolf tickets because that's an annual tradition on the Extra Point. Who's selling Wolf tickets? And so that's a teaser. Wait a minute, she's got the COVID and the flu. We're sorry. Godspeed to you, Farrah. Let me know if you need me to bring you anything.
Yeah, she just sent me a.
What you gonna be able to bring her? Other than a headache, you have one more. I'm sorry. We love you. With no Burrow. Real quick, Mike, because my top 5: Tampa Bay, Indy, Denver, Detroit, Philly. You didn't even have Philly in your own top 5, Mike. Why is that?
Because we in the booth. They don't look like no top 5 team right now. They last in offense. They're last in offense.
That's pretty bad if you're down there with the Titans.
So why would they be in my top 5 if you're last in offense? 32 teams.
Farrah, lay down and get some damn rest.
Right, that's what I was just giving because she texted me now, so I was getting ready to text.
Get some rest. Like, just lay down.
Take some of that NyQuil Severe and go night-night.
And go. That was spoken like a true father. He told because that was the father voice. Go night-night. And I bet he got that look too, the Ike Turner look when he whip his head around and they know he ain't playing no more.
What you say? He didn't do it like Batman?
I had to do the Batman, y'all. This is icy hot. I had to rub on my neck before the show because I fell asleep like this on my couch and I woke up. All this was sleep and all this was crick. Right, I'm turning like Batman. Professional NFL flag football and Olympic flag football 2028. I will see you in LA, Marcus. We're going to be in LA. Justin, checking in. Mike, you know who you leaving out. Come on, Paul. Don't let me down. Hey, y'all look good against Detroit. Y'all look good against them Lions.
Just because y'all getting hit and run Ken back. You
hit
think y'all
run Bun is back. So but no, you can't be 3-3 and be in our top 5.
You're not gonna no.
Yeah,
you coming out the AFC.
You get more on that in that win column. You can't be in nobody's good team.
Yeah.
You got shot. Did you shoot the deputy? Side effects. Leave my co-host. All right, take up 4. I'm just telling her to lay down and go to sleep. And Torrance, what kind of friend are you to make her do a show with bronchitis and tendonitis? Y'all, I got Titanitis. The Titans. I got on my Music City Miracle shirt because I'm down on my last. My tank is on E. The check engine light is on. That little yellow thing that looked like a little, to show you the service engine light, that's on. The oil thing with the little tear drip, that's on. The headlights don't work. The windshield wipers are scraping the window. You know when that annoying sound they make when they need to be replaced.
You said the door ajar?
The door is ajar, Mike. Nice word. Nice word. So Brian Callahan has been fired after 2 dismal seasons. Y'all, his win percentage, Mike. Are you ready for this? 0.174 win percentage. I think that qualifies as the worst in NFL history. I think that they fired him. Well, they fired him because Mike Vrabel's coming to town on Sunday with a 4-2 Patriots team, and they didn't. Mike. Mama, don't come in here for the Titan segment. Like, go nuke your coffee and come back in about 5 minutes. Well, I asked Mike and Tasha this. Mike, as you well know, I'm just letting the Goon Squad know. Mike, as you well know, the Titans have fired 2 head coaches and 2 GMs in the last 4 years. Do they have a hiring problem, or do they have a patience problem?
I think they have a hiring problem. I was gonna say both, but I was like, man, I keep saying both, so I'm gonna go with hiring problem because.
Hey, tell the truth if you're in the booth. If you think it's both, just tell us why.
I don't see in this day and age, and when we just talked about it in college, ain't no more patience. Like we have no more time for development, and that's the whole problem. And on the flip side, you got to hire correctly to be developed correctly. So I think it starts with the hiring.
Tasha, do the Titans have a hiring problem or a patience problem?
Well, I'm going to give the answer that Mike wouldn't. I think it's a little bit of both. I'm sorry, my neighbor's sending me a message because they're going to bring the dog over. They fired Ron Cawthorn, and I didn't agree with that because like y'all didn't give him a chance to do anything. That was too fast.
And you said that about Malik Willis too.
And then you get a new GM and you get this new coach and you fire your coach just like that. Even though Vrabel had started losing, I still don't think they should have fired him. He was just the coach of the year, wasn't he?
Yeah, 2 years before that. Good job by you.
And then they end up firing him.
And now look at him.
And now look at you. Your edges is thin. If y'all don't know that meme, I can't explain it to you. Just Google it. And
Mike, our edges are thin in the Titans.
But I think sometimes too, you have ownership who, for whatever reason, gets handed these teams and they don't know what to do with them.
Hey, Rhea, keep going.
Like, God forbid if when Gerald gets his wings and he has to leave. I mean, I think Steven is capable. But let's just say something happens to Gerald and something happens to Steven. Charlotte gets the team. Do we really think Charlotte knows how to run that team?
We have no clue. We have no proof of concept.
Exactly. So I think Amy got handed that team. She probably really didn't want it. And she probably doesn't know how to run that team.
Is she Cameron Diaz in Any Given Sunday?
Damn near.
Damn near. Damn near.
I mean, and I think that's the issue. I don't think she has anyone in her ear really telling her, hey, this is not a bad decision, or let's wait, or let's do this. I think she's just doing because most of these people who own these teams, and somebody else said this, these are business people. These are businessmen and women.
Yeah.
Who just so happen to have money and say, I'm going to buy this team, and they don't know how to run the team. So I think it's also her hiring practices. You're not hiring the right people. And then when you get people who should be able to do the job, you hired to be your general manager, the assistant GM at the San Francisco 49ers. You don't think that team was built to win? Look at the players that they got. Yeah. And that wasn't just all on John Lynch. That was both of them working together.
A collaborative effort, yeah.
And so I think they're pulling the plug just too fast on some of these teams. I mean,
Justice said the Titans are down to Jesus hope. Tasha, I think, like, I'm at my wit's end. To your point, she's making emotional, and I'm talking to you as a woman because I don't want this to come off to sound misogynistic or sexist or anything of that nature, because anybody who's ever watched this show know that Tasha is all woman, but when it comes to the barbershop sports talk, she can just take any brother down through there. She knows you can be both. You can be,
and I'm the only misogynist on the show.
That is very true too. I call her the Negro with no nuts, but that's another story for another day. She has made some emotional moves. Remember, after the AJ Brown trade, she fired Mike, the GM that pulled that trigger after AJ Brown went off against the Titans and embarrassed them. Then she fired Mike Vrabel after he went to New England and told people when he got inducted into their Ring of Honor that this is how organizations should be run. Reports are she never talked to him again after that, and he wound up getting fired. Emotional, Mike. Emotional decisions. Sit down somewhere. Sit down. Because look, the Patriots look eerily similar to the 2017, 18, 19 Titans, where you start seeing them ascend. It's a common thread there. Vrabel. You got this jackleg. Mike, what type of coach should the Titans be looking for going forward? What type of coach?
Like a Vrabel? No, I mean, like, what I mean is, like, you create an identity there. Like you said, with the success, I don't think they need to focus too much on the defense. I think they're okay on the defensive side. Yeah, I think they got to get that offense going.
Yeah.
Because as we know, a good offense helps the defense out because it gets them rested. It gets them watching the tape real quick.
Yeah.
If you don't give them time and you get a 3 and out, your defense they're not going to do good. So I think focus on the offense.
Tasha, do you agree?
Is it possible that you just say, let me just drop a little bomb off in here and just start over from scratch?
Well,
in order to do that, they would have to fire the general managers that are there now.
And in order to do that, they would have to do what I said is necessary. And that's y'all gonna lose Jeffrey Simmons.
Man, Jeffrey Simmons is the least of our concerns right now. He's having an all-pro season, and hopefully he's off the trade block. But at this point, if you can get a first and a third for him, you got to do it. As much as I would hate to see him leave, Mike was like, "No, like, we're moving on to something better. Deuces."
Yeah.
Now, Marcus says the Titans need a complete overhaul. They keep pieces of what's not working and get rid of pieces that don't win fast enough. That's a great point. I'm just spitballing here, y'all. I want to bring in Mike McCarthy next season because he's a professional. I think we need a professional makeover. The stench of losing has permeated those lockers and that practice facility and that organization. This is a stench of losing. Like when you've been down for a long time. I don't know if any of y'all ever been depressed before. I certainly have. Where it gets to the point to where you can feel it on you. It's just like a funk, a stench. We need a professional to come in and put a professional.
But
in place.
But it's almost like if you're the owner, are you going to really listen to anyone when you think the decision that you're making is a good one? Like
that's the conundrum.
You guys are wasting Jeffrey Simmons' good years, and you're not going to be able to develop Cam Ward if you keep. Or not just Cam Ward or any quarterback. Look at the last few quarterbacks they had. Malik Willis had mayonnaise, and now they got Cam Ward. They've all had different offense coordinators and different head coaches. You can't develop a player, especially a young quarterback, if you keep switching out the thing that's supposed to get them in order. I can't really
totally agree.
But you know what I'm saying.
I totally agree with both of y'all's points that they need a Vrabel, a leader of men, and not somebody who's going to kowtow because he used to cuss Amy the fuck out. Oh, sorry. He used to cuss Amy out.
And again, who are you going to get?
Sounds like a Cowboys conversation. It's always like, okay, I done forgave you, bro. Mike, pull up the. Hey, thank you, producer Mike, because you start on the Cowboys and we derailed. All right. Well, look. Mira. Y'all, I was old enough to vote now. I was 19. I was old enough to vote. Mike, let's go. Let's get started with this week's picks. We got some good games on deck. Starting out with LSU versus
Dang, I ain't never been this bad. Wait a minute. What the hell?
Tasha, I need you to lock in. All right. Whatever I pick, you pick.
I just be picking. I ain't even doing no research. I'm just picking.
He said, man, y'all better hire Byron Leftwich. No. We need a real coach.
You can take Brian Flores, defensive.
I wouldn't be opposed to Brian Flores.
Defensive
but Brian, no, Brian Flores. You still trying to sue the league on some racial discrimination
but when
stuff? We got enough problems.
Let's go back to that real fast.
No, we're not.
Now look at what Miami is doing now. You don't think this is adding to his case? Miami is proving his point.
I didn't say he was wrong. I said we got enough distractions. I need you focused on this assness that's
if that one distraction gonna get us them wins in that column, I'm all for it. You got a defensive-minded coach who knows how to coach, who's gonna garner respect from the players.
To Mike's point, he's in the image of Vrabel as far as he'll cuss out the player, the owner, the GM. That was the problem. Amy couldn't control him and put him in a corner. He wasn't with that. Like
nobody puts Baby in the corner.
I miss you, Vrabel. Good luck Sunday. Anyway, what'd you say? Hey, big head, what you doing? Can you spin the block, as the kids say? Can you spin the block one time? I'm taking Anchor down. I'm taking Vandy over LSU. Tasha, who you got?
LSU.
Mike.
I got LSU.
All right. Oh, it look like I'm gonna take the lead right quick. We have the University of Tennessee is the third Saturday in October. UT versus Bama. Baby, we gonna roll tide all the way down to Tuscaloosa and back. Roll tide. No. Rocky Top. Sorry.
I was about to clutch my pearls.
Rocky Top. You'll always be home sweet home to me. I'm taking Tennessee. Mike, who you got?
I got Bama.
Tasha.
Wish that I was on a Rocky Top down in the Tennessee hills.
Hey.
Ain't no smoggy smoke on Rocky Top. Ain't no telephone bills. Let me continue. Once I
No. We got you. Philly versus Minnesota.
Other half cat. Wild as a mink, yet sweet as soda.
I got Philly. So
okay, Otis. Ain't nobody come to see you. I got Philly. Who you got, Tasha? Philly or Minnesota?
Who's starting quarterback for Minnesota?
Carson Wentz.
I'm gonna go to Vikings.
Okay, see y'all. This is why she 10 points down. Dallas versus Washington. Y'all know who I got. Y'all know what it's all about. It's about that star, baby. We don't lose to Washington. Who you got, Tasha?
How many points did Washington score last week?
Not enough because they lost to the Bears with you sitting on my couch.
Well, yeah, but how many did they score?
It was 25-24, something like that.
See, in order to
No, you need more than that to beat Dak. You don't need
That's
more
what I
than
was
that.
gonna say. You got to be able to score because does Washington have a good defense? See, I'm off this season, y'all.
Didn't y'all tell me Micah in Green Bay was a good defense?
I was like, am I picking or you picking?
Right. Mike, she should have lost her mojo.
What's
Otis.
the Commanders' defense? Right.
Mike, you done got in her head with this graphic. She used to be so confident with her pick. Say it with the chestesses.
I mean, you know I ain't gonna pick them girls, them bitches.
All right. So last but not least, we got Indy versus the Chargers. We know who Mike got. The khaki crease.
I'm going with the Colts.
I'm going with the Indiana Joneses as well. Mike, we need some money. We only got a few more paychecks.
Right. I got 3 locks. I got Notre Dame
money.
Notre Dame money line. I got Detroit minus 5.5. I think is what I had it. And then Dallas +2.
Did you say you was taking the Cowboys this game?
Yep, because last time I had them as a lock, they lost.
Oh, so
it's a win-win for me, y'all.
Damn. Okay. All right. I forgot. I was going to ask you something else, Mike, but I forgot what I was going to. Eddie Kane coming up next night. Right. She's on that piano.
Nice like this. I wish that raindrops would fall.
All right. So we're going to make this serious for just a second to close the show. We lost another legend, y'all. Another Gen Z millennial R&B star, D'Angelo, passed away at the age of 51 to pancreatic cancer. Tasha T. Sills was going to pay homage to him with her top 5 D'Angelo songs of all time. The floor is yours.
Okay, of course, we all Untitled just all took us just because we was not expecting no video like that. If y'all don't know,
it took you like that.
No, it took a lot of people because the men was like, I know this motherfucker ain't standing here butt ass naked singing this song, and us women was like, can we see? Can y'all pan down?
You was trying to tilt the TV down.
Yeah, I was looking down like that. So yes, Untitled, How Does It Feel? And another one, Me and Those Dreaming Eyes of Mine. Oh, that's my God, that song just did it for me.
That's one of my favorites. Speaking of D'Angelo.
And Nothing Even Matters is the duet he did with Lauryn Hill, which was actually on her album. But I just love that song. And of course, now this song, a lot of people didn't know this, it's called Really Love. And it was on the Voodoo album, and it was a really, really good song. And my favorite one of all, Shit Damn Motherfucker.
I forgot about that song. Wow. She left off 3 of his best songs, though. You Should Be Here with Raphael Sadiq, Brown Sugar, which people thought he was talking about a woman, but he was really talking about marijuana.
Mm-hmm.
And It's All Right, the second cut off that debut album. Mike, who you shouting out this week?
I'm gonna shout out Tristan and his football team. They beat Plano West for the first time ever. He's never won a football game, so it's tough up here in the DFW area to win a football game. So.
It is. It's like in the SEC.
But shout out to South Lake Carroll. I think they're number 1 in state, and Prosper number 3 in state. So these playoffs are going to be pretty tight this year.
Yeah, congratulations, Tristan, man. Keep it up. Y'all keep that momentum going. I didn't know that he produced Black
yes,
Men United.
You
must know.
And he was like 19. Like 19 when he
Tevin
did.
Campbell did the best out of all those grown-ups in that song. Tasha, who you shouting out this week?
I'm shouting out our sick and shut-in Farrah and her lovely wife, Brandy. Y'all, this is what they sent me home with. And she told me specifically, she put the blue and white straw in there for me from Michigan. Do y'all see this? Do y'all see this? If you are in the Dallas area, and I don't know if they could ship it. I don't know. Y'all need to get at Razzle Dazzle apples and more. This was the most delicious thing that I've had in my mouth in a minute. A boom tis.
Keep going. Just keep going. Because that boomeranged around. That boomeranged around. All right. So she's now, Mike, I just want to give a shout out to myself because Tasha done think some women from up the road somewhere giving her apple, but not the one who picked her up from the airport, brought her into his home, washed every sheet and carpet fiber in his home.
It's always me.
It is. You
embarrassed me in front of company when you said it to Farrah. You embarrassed me.
Yo, I want to give Tasha
Why you put that dirty laundry out there?
No. But she said no. We should. She was like, don't get it twisted. We should. Hey, y'all, make sure y'all take that out. Good morning, Ronald. And yes, Tristan, we're gonna lift you up. The community is behind you. I want to give a shout out to Tasha because that y'all, when I tell y'all I tore up that Cajun shrimp pasta. I tore that up for 3 days. I just done washed that pot out a couple of days ago. I tore that up.
Was it too spicy? Because I was scared because I know you don't really like a lot of spice.
No, I dip a Dorito in some ranch with each bite, and Mike, those were some big bone did it shrimp too. You know, I ain't scared of a little big bones now.
And I deveined them and took all the shells off just for you.
Dang, that's nice.
Because I don't like the tails on the end of the shrimp.
It really was. When I tell you later on that morning when I got up and got ready for work, because she left it at midnight, like I was some kind of trick. But I opened the refrigerator and I was like, look at this big ass pot of food. All right, so shouts out to you. I want to send a shout out to Angel Reese. Hey, sweetie pie. Hey.
Dang.
Hi, Daddy's twin.
Look at her.
Oh. You said Uncle Paul had bumps on his lip?
You said, so you the new Hilton, huh, Pierre? I tried. I tried. Then she said, did you eat that pudding? I did eat some pudding. I didn't eat all the pudding. She said, I want to give a shout out to my goddaughter, Rhea, looking beautiful and adorable as ever. Let me see what days are available. Hey, come on up, man. Come on. We got you. We got you. We got free Wi-Fi. I want to send a shout out to Angel Reese, Farrah, Torrance, y'all on? While I give a shout out to Angel Reese for being the first female athlete to ever grace the Victoria's Secret runway. Did you see them dunking Hines? Tasha T. Simpson.
I'm just glad she worked on her walk because that tunnel walk be a struggle. She looked absolutely gorgeous. Up there strutting. She just looked like the black Barbie that she is.
Get it? She didn't say brick Barbie either, Torrance. Since you wait hiding in the bushes. And I also want to give a shout out to everyone celebrating homecoming in Nashville today. It's Tennessee State University's homecoming. Right, Mama, she was so beautiful. But I called her niece when I looked at it on Instagram. I said, you look beautiful, niece, because I'm at that age now where that can be a little creepy. Bye, Rhea.
Say bye.
Rhea, you got baby hairs, girl. I see your baby hairs.
Melt to my heart. Y'all, did I tell y'all about the last time I came over there and I had my phone out and a picture popped up on my text message and she grabbed my phone and she said, who is this? And flipped my phone around at me. I was horrified. Fellas, lock your phones when you're around children. She said, who is this? I don't think she was impressed either, so I ain't call her back. Rhea looked like she was ugly. Shamika, yeah, y'all have fun out there. Happy homecoming, TSU. Yes, y'all have a good one. Tasha, we got a game in about 45 minutes. Take us up out of here.
What? Farrah and Tori said,
Hi, how are you doing?
Hi, how you doing?
Yeah, she wants to play with the tiger. See, she picks LSU too.
Oh, well, I'm gonna change my pick to LSU.
Yo, Mike the Tiger, fight on.
Look at she's getting so tall.
Mike the Tiger, win the game today. You got
Just said, bring the beautiful baby back. She just melts my heart. She says, you want to go play? Tasha, this melted my heart for her. She said, you want to go play? I said, yeah, let's go play. She went and sat on the top set and started going stealing.
Oh, yeah?
She say go blue?
Look, shouts out
Say go blue, right? Yeah.
Working that up.
Oh, you wait a minute, Tasha, you here? One more time, sweetheart.
Say go blue.
Go blue.
We out of here, y'all. That's gonna be on the reel. Y'all know that, right? Go.